James A. Stewart is the 2011 recipient of the Community Service Award. He was born to Joseph and Beulah Stewart on March 11, 1946. He grew up along with his big brother, Joe Stewart, at 227 West State Street in Montrose. Jim had the typical small-town childhood, belonging to Cub and Boy Scouts and playing with the West End neighborhood kids. His fourth-grade teacher said that she knew he would be successful because he was interested in so many different things. During high school, he was consistently on the honor roll. Jim was active in high school, serving on the student council for 4 years. He was elected president his junior and senior years and was president of the Genesee County Association of Student Councils his senior year. He was in the junior play, played trombone in the band as a freshman and sophomore, and was in the National Honor Society and the varsity club. He lettered in 4 sports: football, baseball, track, and his favorite sport, basketball. He played at the guard position on the undefeated junior varsity basketball team his sophomore year and on the 1964 varsity team, which went to the quarterfinals in the state Class C tournaments. The team that defeated them became the state champions that year. He graduated from Montrose Hill-McCloy High School in June 1964. After high school, Jim attended Michigan Technological University for a year, worked at Chevrolet, and then enlisted in the United States Air Force, where he served as a security police sentry dog handler. He handled 3 beautiful German Shepherds, Brownie, 14X3, at Kinchlow Air Force Base near Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Dobie, 7X49, at Tan Son Nhut Air Base, Vietnam, and Satan, 603E, at Wurtsmith Air Force Base, Oscoda, Michigan. He found his service with sentry dogs very satisfying, and he felt safer with his dogs than he would have without them, especially during his service in Vietnam. He was on guard duty with his dog at Tan Son Nhut Air Base during the Tet Offensive 1968 attack on the base. Sergeant Stewart was awarded 8 individual and unit medals during his 3-year and 9-month enlistment in the Air Force. The day before he left for Vietnam, Mrs. Leslie Rhodes, the high school librarian, introduced Jim to Nancy Robinson, who was teaching Spanish at Montrose High. They corresponded occasionally during his year in Vietnam. Upon returning from Vietnam in September 1968, Jim and Nancy began dating and were married on December 27, 1969, just 3 weeks after his discharge from the service. 2 weeks after being married, Jim re-entered college and went to school for 8.5 years, achieving an Associate's in Science degree with high honors from Genesee Community College in Flint, Michigan in 1972, a Bachelor of Science in Visual Science degree in 1976, and Doctor of Optometry degree in 1978 from the Illinois College of Optometry in Chicago, Illinois. In optometry school, Jim served as class vice president, secretary of the student council, was a member of the Gold Key Optometric Honor Society, and served as the student representative to the Illinois College of Optometry Alumni Association. He was listed in Who's Who among students in American colleges and universities in 1976, 77, and 78. He received the Alumni Achievement Award in 1977 and the Samuel D. Sanzo Award in 1978 for professional ethics and leadership. When he graduated in 1978, he received the Anne Pollock Memorial Award for literary excellence in his doctoral thesis. He was chosen by the USJCs as one of their Outstanding Young Men of America in 1978. Following graduation from the Illinois College of Optometry on May 28, 1978, Jim and Nancy stayed in the Chicago area for a year before returning to Michigan to set up his optometry practice, which opened in February 7, 1980. Nancy was his receptionist and assistant the first year of practice, but then their son Andrew was born and she stayed home to raise him. Nancy later returned to teaching Spanish at New Lothrop High School. She retired from teaching in 2004. Dr. Stewart hired Beth Hebler and later Carol Taylor to help run the growing practice. The 3 of them worked together for over 26 years, providing quality eye and vision care to their patients. Dr. Stewart continually updated his optometry license during his practice as the laws changed, allowing optometrists to provide more comprehensive eye care. He received certification in diagnostic pharmaceutical agents in 1985, certification in therapeutic pharmaceutical agents in 1995, and Michigan and U.S. DEA controlled substance licenses in 2004. Dr. Stewart belonged to the following professional organizations: the American Optometric Association, the Michigan Optometric Association, the American Public Health Association, and the Saginaw Valley Optometric Association. He was secretary of the SVOS 2 years and the vice president for 12 years. He served on the Illinois College of Optometry Alumni Executive Committee for 5 years, 1 year as treasurer and 2 years as vice president. Dr. Stewart closed his practice on January 24, 2008. He continues to be gratified by the almost daily comments from his former patients saying how much they miss coming to him for eye care. During the 28 years Dr. Stewart was in practice in Montrose, he was active in many community, professional, and veterans organizations. His community organization involvement includes the Montrose Area Chamber of Commerce, serving as treasurer for 2 years, the Montrose Area Historical Association, charter and life member, serving as treasurer 1980 to 84, vice president 85 to 87, 1991 to 93, and president 1988 to 1990, when the current museum was dedicated. Boy Scouts of America Webelos leader 1992 to 94, Boy Scout Registered Community Representative 1992 to 2004, Friends of Scouting Fundraiser 1996, Montrose Township Park Committee Chairman 2002 to 2004 when Barbara Memorial Park was built, and the City of Montrose Downtown Development Authority 2002 through the present. Dr. Stewart served on the Montrose State Bank Board of Directors from 1998 to 2007. For the past 20 years, he has headed up the Montrose American Legion effort to honor our deceased veterans by placing a flag on each veteran's grave in the Montrose Township Cemetery before Memorial Day. Awards which Dr. Stewart has received include Who's Who in the Midwest, Who's Who of Emerging Leaders in America, Who's Who in the World, and Who's Who Personalities of the Americas. In 2002, he received the Montrose Area Chamber of Commerce Community Spirit Award. On the 125th anniversary of the establishment of the Illinois College of Optometry, Dr. Stewart was chosen to receive one of the Presidential Medals of Honor from the college. Jim and Nancy are very proud of their son Andrew, who was valedictorian of his Montrose High class in 2000. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry, summa cum laude, from Adrian College in 2004. He is presently a chemist employed by Vocker Chemical in Adrian, Michigan. Since retirement, as well as before retiring, Jim has devoted a lot of time to veterans organizations. He is a life member of the following organizations: the American Legion, the Vietnam Veterans of America, the Vietnam Security Police Association, the Vietnam Dog Handlers Association, the Tan Son Nhut Air Base Association, and the Disabled American Veterans Association. He is past commander of Montrose American Legion Post 367 and currently serves as finance officer. He has spoken to veterans groups about the use of military working dogs in Vietnam, and he organizes Michigan Vietnam and Thailand dog handler veterans to appear in parades around Michigan. Jim maintains a database of almost 1,000 men who served in the 377th Security Police Squadron at Tan Son Nhut Air Base during the Vietnam War. He has set up 4 squadron reunions for his unit and is fortunate to have seen 27 men who served with him as sentry dog handlers in Vietnam. It is good to see his friends after 40 years to talk about old times. Now that they are both retired, Jim and Nancy enjoy traveling and visiting different lands and cultures. Dr. Stewart is currently the chairman of the Veterans Bell Memorial Committee, raising funds to build a unique Veterans Memorial to honor all U.S. military veterans. Dr. Stewart believes strongly in serving his community. He considers it an honor to be associated with the other members of the Montrose Sports and Community Hall of Fame. We welcome him to the class of 2011.